Welcome back to the ABP Podcast on the Enneagram personality types, where we ask big questions about small numbers. So after playing rock, paper, scissors again, I won. So I'm going to be the host today. My name is Bella. And joining me today is a special guest.
Hi, my name's Noah. Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, we're so glad to have you here. No problem. So tell us a little bit about yourself. So let's hear what position you're in or what role you have on Greenville University's campus. Tell us your major, what year you are. Tell us a little bit about life outside of school.
Sure.
Some of your hobbies, and then lastly, let's finish on what Enneagram type you are.
Yeah, sure. So I am a student on campus. I think I'm a senior now. I transferred in and then I changed my major, so I don't really know what's going on with my schooling. But I'm an audio engineering major with a minor in worship arts. So I'm involved in a lot of the tech stuff around campus and the worship ensembles and Pursuit and all that stuff. What else? My hobbies, obviously music is pretty big. I like to read. I like to just watch shows and movies and all that good crap.
Good crap.
Good crap, yeah, good crap. Oh yeah, music, just reading. I used to draw a lot, but I'm not really. I wouldn't say I'm really good at it, but it's a hobby.
No time.
So, yeah, no time. No time
yeah.
is also a thing. But yeah. And yeah, and what else? What else was there?
What Enneagram type you are?
Oh yeah.
Why we're here?
I'm a type 9.
Type 9.
Yeah.
Okay. So before we continue with this, we're gonna tell the listeners what the Enneagram type 9 is.
Okay.
So research says that the Enneagram type 9, they're called the peacemakers.
Mm-hmm.
They're friendly, they're agreeable, they're adaptable, they're trusting, they're easygoing, and they're empathetic. So they want everyone around them to be at peace and will do whatever it takes, sometimes even at their own expense, to make sure that there's no conflict. So would you say that this is an accurate description? Do you think you can relate to that stuff?
I'd say for the most part, yeah. I try to be generally pretty easygoing and chill with people, and so I don't naturally have a lot of conflict with others, and then if there's even a conflict between two other people and I'm just in the room experiencing it, it makes me wildly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's I don't want to be here. Can you guys just hug and make up, please?
Yeah. So would you intervene and try to help the situation?
On a few occasions I do. I wouldn't say it's a very common practice, but it's yeah, occasionally.
Yeah, because if it's affecting people that you care about, if we're peacemakers, because I'm a 9 too.
Yeah.
Then would you if it's clearly distressing them and they're not getting anywhere and they're just making each other mad, would you say something?
I think so, yeah. Especially if it's people I'm closer with and know personally that I feel I can comfortably be hey dude, you're being stupid. Just go say sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so would you say that you're more extroverted, introverted, or would you say you're kind of a mix? So I'm asking about energy. This relates to energy. So do you get energy from being around people? Extroverted, would you say you get energy from being by yourself? Introverted, or does it just kind of depend on the day?
Right. I'd say I'm definitely more introverted, yeah. People, I do get drained by people pretty easily.
Yeah.
I have maybe 3 hours max before I'm
yeah.
I'm gonna go to bed.
3 hours, wow.
Yeah.
That you could just spend with people talking.
Yeah. And then I'm done. I'm gone.
That honestly, I can relate. I can understand that.
Okay.
I can understand that. So what does recovering look like? What form does that take for you? Does that mean watching a movie, or does that mean sleeping or reading a book or something, or playing music?
Yeah. I'd say, yeah, just any activity where I can just be in my own space, if it's in my room or just any area where I know I can just be by myself and nobody's going to come bother me. That's definitely my regenerative time. And it doesn't necessarily matter what the activity is, just as long as I'm not with other people. So it's just a variety of things. Yeah.
Could you ever be in the same room as somebody, just hanging out with them when you're tired and not say anything? Could you just sit there in silence with them, or does that take away from it too?
No, yeah, I say there's a decent amount of people that I could do that with. As long as I'm super close with them and I know them personally, yeah, for sure.
You could say hey man, I'll hang, but I don't want to talk.
Just don't talk to me, don't look at me, just
don't look at me.
Just stay on your phone.
Pretend I'm not here. Wow, okay.
We'll both look at Instagram on our own phones.
Send each other reels from across the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the next question kind of goes back to our goal for this podcast, which is to see how Enneagrams affect people and the way that they live life on this campus, and how they live life on this campus, most likely looking through a lens of their personality type, because it's going to look different for everybody. So do you believe that everybody could be sorted into one Enneagram type?
I'd say, because I don't know personally a whole lot about the Enneagram, but like from what I do know, like and from what I've talked to other people about it with, there's definitely a lot of like people can like lean more towards one Enneagram as opposed to the other.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know specifically like every person is going to be sorted into like one specific area or one specific box. Like,
so maybe they can have some tendencies,
right?
Or they mostly fit into one type.
Yeah.
And they have some other stuff, which is where wings come in. And we won't talk about that, but so I know a lot of people that would say, "Oh no, you can't sort me into one type. We can't confine everybody into 9 types." So why did you take the test? Why do you know what your type is?
I took the test because people kept asking me what my Enneagram was. I was like, I don't know. And then I took it so I actually give them an answer.
Yeah. Did you research and like see what that meant?
A little bit, yeah. I took, it wasn't like the official version, but it was like the next one that was like most trusted by people. So like it didn't give me the full information because I know how to pay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm broke out here, so I'm not going to pay.
That's right. Okay. So the next question kind of goes to the core fears.
Mm-hmm.
All the Enneagram types have core fears, which is like when you're doing really well, you're in this category, and when you're doing really poorly, when you're tired, when you're stressed and all of that, you're in a certain category. So a core fear is like each Enneagram type's dreaded place to be in. So apparently the type 9, their core fear is to be too needy, okay, hold on, Brennan, we're going to cut this part out. I'm just telling you right now, we're cutting this part out because I need to rephrase this. So when you're listening, when you're listening, this is for you.
First experience. So hi guys, this is the first experience where me, the editor Brennan, gets to intervene. I feel so in control. I could add anything here.
Yeah, well.
Shoot. Okay. Maya, you want to start taking over?
You might need a new engineer.
Yeah, I think we did. Okay. I'm going to rephrase this. So the core fear of the Enneagram type 9 is to be too needy and to push people away because of how needy you're being. So that can look a lot like not asking for help, not wanting to ask for help, or trying to always be okay. So would you say that this is relatable, or maybe it's even a core fear of yours?
For sure, yeah. I would say, especially in like past like romantic relationships, and even like my current one, there's like always the fear of like kind of like opening up to where like, I guess, like you were saying, just like being overly needy and like accidentally like suffocating someone in that way. So I'd say that's definitely relatable.
What about if the way that they show love is helping other people? Like if you know that you can go to them and ask for help, even if you know that, are you going to ask them for help, or would you just always try not to ask for help and do things yourself?
I'd say normally, well, especially because my way of showing love for the most part is, like you're saying, like helping others and like being there for people. So it's like, it's foreign to me to like try and like seek help from other people. So I'd say it's definitely still, for the most part, I find it struggling to like open up.
For sure. Yeah, I would agree. It is hard because you want to make peace, and how can you make peace if you're putting somebody else maybe in distress?
Yeah.
So I'm having a bad day and I don't want to break somebody else's peace or, make somebody else suffer because I'm suffering. I want them to be okay.
Yeah.
So you put on like this facade of, oh no, I'm fine, when really, there's some conflict going on inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Interesting. Okay. So the last question, boundaries. That's a big word.
Yeah.
That's a hard word. Okay. So do you set boundaries? If you do, what does that look like? Is it hard for you? Is it something you do often, or you try not to? Is it important to you?
Yeah, boundaries definitely something like even within the last like year that I've been having to learn the hard way about. To say, as someone who doesn't like seek out confrontation, my form of boundaries in the past was to just kind of like push people away and just like kind of like like limit or like start to cut off that relationship, I guess.
Yeah.
So, which is obviously not a healthy way of playing boundaries.
Yeah.
So something I'm still learning about, something I still like struggle about. I'm getting better in certain areas, just like telling people no to things when they need to ask me for something that they need. But still definitely a learning curve.
Yeah. So when you say no to something, is it like a no, or is it a, oh, I would love to, but I can't today?
Yeah.
Because I could never just say no.
Yeah. I can't either. Like, I have to like make sure that they know I feel bad about saying no.
Because peacemakers,
Yeah.
we don't want them to be distracted. We want to make sure that they're okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I feel like a lot of the other type 9s that I know have a real issue with saying no, because they want to help other people. Like you said, you want to help other people, but then it's like, how can you help somebody if you're not the best version of yourself?
Right.
If you don't have enough energy to help them.
Yeah.
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 So what would be an example of setting a boundary, like on this campus specifically? So like this could look like you're involved in music stuff, so somebody asks you to accompany them on piano or something, or you just don't have time, or like what would setting a boundary look like? Can you walk us through that?
Yeah. So I think like definitely most of the music students that, especially in my circle, are like involved in everything. So like I don't know, I'm trying to like learn more specific ways to like set boundaries and then like not like taking everything that comes to you, like, and being a little more proactive and be like, hey, this is what my schedule is, so like I can't go beyond this. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
So you kind of say, this is what I can offer you, and you can either take it or you can not take it.
Right. Yeah.
That's really good. That is really good. Nice. Okay, so I think that's going to do it for us today. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. It was a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure. If you guys want to hear more about the Enneagram, you want to hear more from Awesome Blossom Possum about the Enneagram, keep an eye on the Papyrus. The episodes will go there when they're posted and when they're done. So, Brennan, you want to come get us out? Come say goodbye.
Goodbye.